What's going on, guys? So tonight I'm going to be going over 4 fragrances that I ended up receiving in the mail. These are from Barrett fragrances. My experience with them so far is these boys take their job serious. They take the blending process serious. They take the maturation process serious. I love their methodical approach to creating these. I love how responsive these guys are to any questions or concerns, shipment questions or anything like that. They're quick, they're timely, they don't sit on their hands and allow the customer to be in the dark about anything. Extremely responsive. Price point on their fragrances are excellent, and there's not a whole lot I can really ask for and expect from a company that's crossing all those T's and dotting all those I's. I'm sure you don't want to be here all night, or do you? Let's get into these fragrances. First up, this one is titled Artwood. And just, this is the fragrance that I just showed. Just that juice, man, is crazy. I got a fragrance, Bonfire Night, and that one had a really gorgeous juice color to it. And this one is actually darker than that one. The lighting in here is kind of bringing out a little bit more color, but this one is, in my opinion, darker than that one. Has such a saturated look and scent. The fragrance on this one, it honestly reminds me, it has like that little bit of a tang that Santal 33 would have. Very nice presentation. Love the label on this one. Kind of got like almost a burgundy and black style label with some design on the inside there. 50 ml bottle. Got your silver atomizer here. Check out the spray. Super wide distribution on that spray. And what I'm getting is like a clean, it's like a clean, almost leathery. I don't know if there's a leather in here. There's something that comes off a little leathery, a little peppery. Cold, leathery, peppery. You got that tangy sort of Santal vibe. You have your oud presence going on. And then there is like a dry woodiness that's happening right alongside everything. You have a little bit of a hint of sweetness. Not a lot, just a small hint. And that keeps this fragrance from leaning too far in one direction. That sweetness kind of keeps it balanced a little bit. It's not a whole lot happening with that. Very gorgeous and natural smelling fragrances on all of these. This fragrance is masculine, and I like the masculinity that's in this one. Anybody can wear this, of course, but one thing I will say is it does lean towards that masculine realm. And to me, this would be a perfect fragrance for the fall, for the winter, date night with you and your girl, and you want to put on something that is just clear and concise. This fragrance right here, get it done. Just a beautiful looking fragrance, beautiful looking juice, and a beautiful scent overall. Next up, Scarlett Gamble. This is their variation. I love that label. Love how they did that. They did sort of the burgundy and the red kind of design going on, and they have the yellow trim. Got the letters in yellow, got the yellow border around it. Really nice design on that one. This is their variation of Baccarat Rouge 540. This one has a little bit more sweetness, so I want to say that this one will just be the Baccarat Rouge. I don't know if this is the X-Ray. The X-Ray tends to come off a little raunchier, a little dustier, a little punchier, and this one has a little bit more of a chill, fairly amount of sweetness in there. I want to say that this one is going to be the I don't think this one is the X-Ray. I love variations of Baccarat Rouge 540 because the original, you'll go anosmic to it pretty quickly, and you'll just go nose blind to it, and you won't really be able to pick it up. So in your mind, it's no longer on you, or it's faded. But this one, I can pick it up and detect it hours and hours after I've applied it. Got a nice clear colored juice on this one, and it's giving you everything that you want. They do a really good job at blending these and trying to stay true to the inspiration, and they'll add their own slight twist to some of theirs, but for the most part, you're going to get a really true to the ratio, nearly 1-to-1. This particular scent has notes of jasmine, saffron, orange blossom, marigold, cyclamen, ambroxan, ephernil, and I want to say ephernil is like a synthetic variation of oak moss, if I'm not mistaken, cedarwood, as well as ambergris. Very lovely inspiration at a very well done price point. I think you can pick this up anywhere from around like $40 or $42 on their website. Very inexpensive. Next up, Valhalla. On this one, it has like a darker graphic, black and white in the presentation, which I really like. It has like a really dark graphic in the background that you have to kind of get a little up close to catch on to. Very nice details in that. Love it. Very simplistic, straight to the point. And I just love how these will easily stack up next to each other in the collection. These will look excellent just posted up in your collection, lined up. Now their take on this, I like. This is aimed to be their 2010 batch, and I like this one. This one is a bit more airier. You're getting some of the birch in this one, but it's not as loud. Nice amount of the black currant gonna come through. This one has like a bit of a fresher take to it, a bit more of an airier take. Like I said, this is like a nice, airy, sort of slightly fresher, creamier take. This one has a bit more of that apple present in this one versus the pineapple. A bit more of the rose and that vanille, more present in this one. I think it's a little bit more creaminess, a little bit more of a floral aspect. To be honest, what I get the most in here, what stands out the most, it's going to be the apple and that rose. I love that sort of exchange that both of those do. You'll get a little bit of birch. It's going to feel like it's going to sort of come up top above everything, but not overpower everything. It's just like a nice thin layer hovering over everything. You're going to get some of that pineapple, but it's going to be accompanying that apple. The apple is kind of like what holds everything together in this particular variation. You can get some more floral support from that Moroccan jasmine, and this is just beautiful. Beautiful the way that this is done. One thing I like about all of his fragrances is he does his best to balance things. Nothing's really standing out too far in this direction, too far in that direction. Everything has its place, everything balanced. We get a nice, just evenly done fragrance where you're able to appreciate nearly all the elements. Most Aventus variations that I've gotten, it's always been that pineapple and the birch that everyone gets and is looking for, or looking for different versions or different strengths on. I like how this one sort of highlights the ambergris, the apple, the rose, the vanille, how those are highlighted more, and the other things are more so a support. You're going to always get that black currant being that background and adding in that slightly mysterious, dark, and almost smoky, but more so like a fuzzy sort of a vibe. That's going to accompany, a lot of the other aspects as well as the birch. But I love how it highlights those aspects versus just the pineapple and birch. And lastly, honey fields. I love the juice on this. The juice is just nice yellowish gold. Really gives off that honey sort of a vibe. So the name and the title and the color is just perfect. The label matches in perfectly. And you can probably guess what fragrance this is. This is xerjoff Naxos. One of my favorite fall and winter scents, especially from that house. I recently did a video covering Naxos. I have a decant of the original. I have various inspirations from different houses. I had about maybe 5 or 6 different variations. And I did a video showcasing which ones is the best, which ones had different pros and cons, which one that I feel closely resembled the original, which one was the furthest. And I hate that I didn't have this before that. This fragrance, in my opinion, putting my nose on this, seeing how close it is, seeing how this performs, how this lays on skin, how this is balanced, the things that it incorporated, they did an excellent job with this fragrance. and just getting right into it. With notes of Amalfi lemon, bergamot, lavender, manuka honey, cinnamon, jasmine, casmirin, tobacco leaf, tonka bean, as well as vanilla. It does everything. It has the depth, it has that sort of smoldery aspect, it has the right amount of spice. The transition to the dry down didn't get too medicinal. There's the right amount of sweetness, creaminess. There's a little bit of that juicy opening. There's like this lingering soft spice. And then there's another level of spice that's a bit more dense, but it's not sharp. Nothing is sharp and cutting. Everything is rounded. Everything is done in a really smooth and balanced way. You still got that infamous honey, tobacco, vanilla in that dry down. Then you got that cinnamon. So this to me comes off like an addictive and sexy graham cracker. Like that's always the vibe that I've gotten from Naxos, and that's why I love this so much, because it comes off like this graham cracker, almost like a gourmand, but it's not. It doesn't lean too far in that gourmand direction, but it has some of that presence there, and I love it. I love the way that this fragrance smells. This is one of my favorite fragrances, and it does everything. It checks all the boxes that I would like checked from a xerjoff Naxos inspiration. As I stated, I hate that I didn't have this for my video facing off the other Naxos inspirations. This would have won clearly. This one is just well done. You're going to get a great amount of lasting power from any of these fragrances. Great amount of longevity, decent amount of projection. Cost point is extremely affordable. And I apologize, I said that these were priced at $41 to $42. These are priced at $50. So you're paying pretty much $1 per ml. 50 ml for $50. I also have these two here that he's working on. I'm going to be saving these for later, seeing which one he's going to go with, which one he was actually picking. But I think I want to save these for a separate video. It's a little bit of surprise. I will drop the link in the description where you guys can check out these fragrances for yourself, browse through their collection and see if anything catches your attention. Very much so affordable. And they also have samplers, and they have a special right now. I don't know if it's still going on, but they had a special going on recently for $20 for their sampler kits. So definitely take a look at the website and see if that'll catch your attention. Get a little sneak peek into their collection and their style of blending. Barrett fragrances, I'm in. So far, I'm sold. Like the brand, the blending, everything so far. I have no complaints, no qualms. Overall, I'm impressed. Listen, that is it for this video, you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you guys soon. Peace.